Davis Karaica, SPU men's soccer.
Davies played a lot of extra minutes last week, 2 double overtime draws. Your thoughts on last week's home action?
Yeah, it was a couple of tough games. We really had to grind them out. As you said, 2 overtime periods. Those extra minutes really can add up over the season, but it was just really good effort from all the guys in both games, which was nice.
Combination of injuries and some red card suspensions left the defense kind of depleted there. You're playing with the patchwork group. How were you able to do that with not as many regulars back there?
I just think that all the guys that haven't been playing up until this point in those spots where have been they're ready to play in those positions, and it's kind of like the next guy up kind of mentality throughout the season. And those guys that had to kind of play out of position a little bit did a great job, and the coaches did a great job of getting them prepared in practices and really kind of stepping into those new roles.
Saturday got a scoreless draw with Northwest Nazarene, and that's the first shutout of the season. What do you think of Saturday's performance?
Yeah, it was great defensively, as you said. We got a shutout. Again, with those a couple different pieces in the back there that we haven't had previously. It was just like solid effort from top to bottom defensively. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find a way to score, but it was good to finally get a shutout.
Well, because the defense allowed only 1 goal in 220 minutes last week, you're kind of partner in crime there in the middle this week. Jeffrey Collins was named the GNAC Defensive Player of the Week. Just talk about his play last week.
Yeah, it was awesome. And he came in and played at center back next to me, next to my left instead of on the right at right back, which just shows his versatility. And he's a great leader, and we've missed him when he's been injured the past couple weeks, but it's great to have him back. And yeah, he played awesome.
How difficult is the switch? How different is play from being an outside back to a center back?
I think he just had to have a little bit more of a conservative mindset. Right back, you can kind of go forward a little bit more. You're going to have some more offensive responsibilities, but he's a natural defender, so I don't think it was too tough for him.
Probably the play that got him in the award was in the start of the second overtime. He cleared a ball off the line that sure looked like it was headed for the goal. What did you see on that play?
Yeah, just the ball came across and their guy was free, took a touch and had a shot, and it went by Cody, who was closing down the angle, and we were kind of tracking in behind him and getting on the goal line, and Jeffrey just made an awesome recovery slide tackle right off the goal line, just as you said, and it was a pretty big play, especially in overtime.
Great. Well, no goals allowed in your last game, just 1 on the game before that. The game before that was Western Washington, a 3-3 tie, kind of a goal bonanza in a crazy game where each team ended up with 9 men aside because of cautions. You play Western again on Thursday. What do you remember about that last meeting in Bellingham?
Yeah, it was a physical game, as you mentioned, the red cards. And I think we kind of maybe lost our heads a little bit that game, and I think our focus this upcoming time will be to kind of correct those mistakes that we made, and the goals that we gave up weren't necessarily from great play, but we kind of made some mistakes that predisposed us to being a little bit more at risk in the back, which led to us giving up those 3 goals. So hopefully we'll tighten that up this next time around. And on the offensive end, obviously we were able to find a way to score 3 goals, which was great. So hopefully we can reproduce that again.
Great. Well, let's talk a little bit about what you do off the soccer pitch. What are you majoring in?
Exercise science, and I have a minor in coaching science.
Great. And what's your target for graduation?
So I'll be graduating after this quarter in the fall, and hopefully I'll be doing some kind of strength and conditioning work or coaching after.
Great. And long term, is that something you think coaching you want to make that your profession?
Yeah, we'll see. I think I'm more interested right now in kind of like the strength and conditioning side of things, but I think being a soccer coach one day would be pretty awesome. Great.
Well, you've had an outstanding career here at SPU now in 4 years as a starter. Is there any moment that stands out in your mind as a highlight?
That's hard to say, especially on the spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think overall, just each year, kind of the journey and getting to know guys and kind of developing like a bond and a brotherhood those are probably where my fondest memories come from. Not necessarily on the field. Obviously, we've had some good ones of those, but those are a little bit harder to pick out.
Great. Davis, thanks so much for your time and good luck this week.
Thanks.